Welcome back to another installment of the Oceanside mapping workshop. And my name is Jason from Map of the Month, and we're going to do a little bit more work on the Oceanside map. So you can see that yesterday we stopped right about here. We had done some work on the map grid, and we've got a few. We actually put the coordinates of some of the symbols that appear in the map grid, post office and the airport and the yacht club, and I think maybe we could, before we get into that map grid once again, let's just grab our blue and get warmed up with the coloring a little bit. We'll finish a little bit of this river. If you haven't finished it already, take a minute and let's add a little bit more color to this Pawcatuck River. We're getting right to very close to the mouth of the river where it enters into the ocean. Now, I just wanted to point out this river is freshwater. Okay, and as you enter it down into the mouth of the river, you're entering into the ocean, which is salt water. There is a little bit of mixing of fresh and salt water down right in this area. You can see sometimes when the tide comes in, some of that salt water will go up into the river, and you get a little bit of mixing of salt and fresh. There's a word for that. They call it brackish. Brackish. So that's kind of a little bit of a mixing of fresh and salt. I can also finish a little bit of a coastline here. If you haven't done that already, just take a second to finish up that Atlantic coastline or whatever coastline you called it. All right. Okay, that's a good warm up. Now we can, I was actually gonna add a little bit of a sandy beach along that coastline as well. We could use like a light brown or a yellow. We could mix the colors a little bit if you want, but put in a little beach along that where the water and land meet. There's the lighthouse. There's one of the villages. Oh, I forgot to set the timer. I'll set it for about 8 minutes. We've been working a couple of minutes. It's nice to work in those 10-minute intervals. As you're doing your cartography. Another fun thing to do is to delineate the line which separates Oceanside from the town just to the east. And you can see that I've actually labeled it. I made up a name of a town. I called it Hilltop. So when you cross this boundary line, you're crossing into from Oceanside into Hilltop. So just to kind of highlight that, you could put a little orange edging along that border just to kind of make it stand out a little bit better. That's called a boundary line. Okay, good. The map's getting more and more colorful. I thought maybe what we could do is just go through some of the symbols that we haven't addressed yet. I think the next symbol that we haven't really discussed is house. There are a lot of little houses located on the map. I just used a little square for the house. And you could use different colors for the houses if you want to make it colorful. Maybe I'll put red for the, no, I'll use like a, I don't know, maybe a purple for the one in the key. So let's add a little bit of color to those houses. I'll just put a few purple ones here and there. And maybe we can switch up the colors a little bit. We'll put some yellow houses. This will really make your map colorful. And we can do some red. Okay, there's a lot of houses, so we'll do some more later. The school symbol is very simple. It's similar to the house, but instead of just a square, it's got a little flag on the top. I often think of schools as being red, like a little red schoolhouse. So I think I'll use red in the key for the school. You can call the little flag up top too. All right, and I think they use that symbol because most schools that I visit have a flag out front. Whenever I go in to do a map workshop, I notice that there's usually a flagpole in the front of the school. All right. Now I noticed there's an elementary school. This one over here is located, is labeled high school. But I was thinking maybe we should put a middle school on the map as well. So why don't we pick a good place for the middle school? Now, when we put now this is a fictional map, so we can put it anywhere, but we don't want to put it in a place that wouldn't be appropriate. Like you wouldn't want to put it in the middle of the swamp up here, or right next to the train track, or the in the quarry. Let's pick a nice area. Maybe over here, kind of close to the. Let's put it by the post office. This would be kind of close to the post office. You can pick an appropriate location if you'd rather put it somewhere else. That's fine. I'm going to write middle school. Okay, good. And you can color that in red, just like the other two. All right. Okay, we got school. We've got the bike path. Well, my rail trail. We talked about the airport and the yacht club. Here's a symbol for a fence. See that little line with the X? Let's use a yellow for that. We'll just put a little yellow along the fence to make it stand out. It just looks like it's going around the. What's that symbol? That is a picnic bench, I believe. So I think, or actually a park. There it is right there. And next to the park is the playground. So maybe a green would be nice for those two symbols. Let's use a green for both of those. They're enclosed by the fence. Okay, great. We're really going through these symbols pretty quick. Fence. We've done the bridge. A quarry. A quarry is an area where they dig out materials from the ground, usually rocks or minerals, that kind of thing. I'm going to use a brown for the, looks like a little pick and a shovel. Right along Granite Ave. Let me add a little color to the key as well. Okay, all right, police and fire station. Maybe we could use, I think I'll go with a blue for the police station and red for the fire station. Here's the fire, there's one fire station. Here's another one on this side of town. And I believe the fire station, police station is located right about there at F3. Oh yes, don't forget, if you want to put those little coordinates in for the location of these symbols, police station will be F3. Fire station would be E2 and E5. I'll put both of those, E2, E5. Okay, and I think we used sorry. We'll go a few more minutes. We'd used a yellow for the lighthouse. So we can put that. The hospital, once again, red is a good color for hospital. Let's find the hospital. If I had my coordinates, I could find it right away. But I believe that it's right there, right along Post Road, D4. I'm going to write that, D4. And I'll put a little bit of I'll just make like a red cross in there for the hospital. Okay, I think I'll leave the symbol for post office white. It kind of looks like an envelope that way. All right. I was thinking maybe it'd be kind of nice to add a little bit of a shading to the, here's a peach color. I think maybe I'll add a little peach color to my rail trail bike path. That will kind of round out today's video. Probably we'll just do one more video just to kind of wrap this map up. So let's just put a little bit of color in there. And I'll review the map and see if there's anything we forgot to do. But I think we just have a few more things to do to finish this map up, and you can go on and study some more about mapping and maybe do a little map of your town. We'll talk about that in the next video. All right, thanks.